Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about hydrogen specific solutions. I'm going to be doing a number of videos. It's just this one. I'm going to be focusing on a lot of opportunities within this video. I'm going to be focusing on this particular opportunity, but there are so many. I'm going to be covering 10 in total. This is number 2. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on hydrogen specific solutions, which refer to technologies, policies, and initiatives aimed to utilize hydrogen as an energy carrier, particularly in the context of addressing environmental and energy challenges. Hydrogen is considered a versatile energy factor that can play a crucial role in reducing greenhouse gas emissions and advancing more sustainable energy systems. Let's take a look at some hydrogen specific solutions. Hydrogen production. Green hydrogen. This involves producing hydrogen using renewable energy sources such as wind or solar power through a process called electrolysis. It results in clean, emission-free hydrogen. I have done some research to understand this subject a little bit better. Again, perhaps would be some of those problems, infrastructure. So perhaps if you were to have vehicle that vehicle would be powered by hydrogen, you would need infrastructure to operate that vehicle. If not, you might be limited to infrastructure available up there. There are some companies up there who are working with this technology, but again, this technology needs to gain a lot of popularity in order to have widespread adoption. Blue hydrogen, produced from natural gases with carbon capture and storage, or CCS, to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions. While not carbon free, it's cleaner than traditional gray hydrogen. Hydrogen storage. Developing efficient and cost-effective methods for storing hydrogen include high-pressure tanks, liquid hydrogen, and solid-state storage materials. Again, I don't know all the risk involved. That might be very risky than operating vehicles. I don't know all the use cases and all those. I would highly recommend for everyone who are interested. Do your own research to understand a little bit more about in particular what would be associated and the risks of having high pressure tanks stored on a vehicle that might be driving 100 miles an hour. Just you need to understand all the opportunities since the gas, right? So or petrol or diesel, you need to understand all those opportunities as well as all the risks involved. Hydrogen transportation. Using hydrogen fuel cells to power various modes of transportation, including cars, buses, trucks, trains, and ships. This can reduce emissions and dependencies on fossil fuels. Again, there are some projects who are doing it, so it's available. If you are interested, I would highly recommend for you to do more research to understand what would be required and some of the problems out there within different industries, as well as there are opportunities to receive finance if it's something that you're interested in doing. Hydrogen infrastructure, building the necessary infrastructure for the production, transportation, and distribution of hydrogen. This includes hydrogen refueling stations and pipelines. In particular, I think this is where, or even perhaps the most expensive part currently for widespread adoption. It's always good to have alternatives to perhaps if we were to move away from fossil fuels and to have different alternatives to perhaps current way, or perhaps keeping options open, right? It just that once you need to start to travel long distances, you might find yourself in a situation where you not necessarily can travel, right? So perhaps there's some problems there. Industrial applications. Hydrogen can be used in various industries processes such as refining, ammonia production, and steel manufacturing to reduce carbon emissions. So there are a lot of large industries. I'm covering large industries. So some of those would be refining, ammonia production. This is large industry, so it's so much demand within this industry, right? So perhaps might be worth taking a look at. I don't know that much about this industry entirely, about hydrogen. I don't know that much. Power generation. Hydrogen can be used in gas turbines and fuel cells for electricity generation. It can provide grid stability and integrate with renewable energy sources. Hydrogen for heating. Hydrogen can be used for residential and industrial heating, replacing natural gases and reducing emissions. Hydrogen as an energy carrier, using hydrogen as a means to transport and store excess renewable energy, helping to balance energy supply and demand. I'm not entirely sure what kind of metal you need to have access to. Since what we are talking about, we might be looking at high pressure storage. Worth noting, I think I went down this road and trying to understand what would be particular problems within this industry and how would you store high pressure, right? So what kind of metal you need to have access to. So for people out there who are interested, worth taking a look at that. Research and development. Continue research into improving hydrogen production, storage, and utilization technologies to make them more efficient and cost effective. So there are a lot of opportunities out there that I think I have seen some of the NASA projects using hydrogen, but I'm not entirely sure. I think I have seen it and how they used it, but that would be research and development is currently within some of the projects out there who are actually doing it. Policy support. Government and organizations can provide incentives, subsidies, and regulations that improve the development and adoption of hydrogen technologies. International collaboration. Collaboration between countries to establish hydrogen trade and infrastructure networks, promoting a global hydrogen economy. Hydrogen safety. Deploying safety standards and uh, practices for handling and storing hydrogen, as it can be flammable in certain conditions. Again, yeah, so perhaps worth taking a look looking at perhaps why there isn't a widespread adoption. So you need to understand how to do research, right? So that would be a good place to start. Why no one's doing anything or using it? What would be particular problems? Perhaps and then the discoveries within industry might be suitable, but and particularly current challenges within industry why it's not haven't been used yet. If anything, let's take a look at some of the other energy solutions. I'll cover those in the next video, so stick around. I'm going to be doing a video on thorium, which I personally believe would be, if anything, alternative to perhaps some of the current ways of how we producing energy in the first place. So once energy is being produced, perhaps that would be hydrogen, how we can store that energy, if those new systems can potential technologies can potentially work together. I have published a book. The name of the book is Game Strategy. In this book, I'm sharing a lot of information with people who are interested. Since we're currently on the topic of hydrogen, something that myself I'm interested in, and perhaps something that I can share with you about different stages and how to approach any subject, right? If you were to begin, or if you are interested in beginning your own business, you might be interested in doing research. So that's what we perhaps within the cycles, you might begin with the first cycle that will be doing research. From there, if you believe you have enough information, you might be interested in taking action and actually starting a business. From there, if you are successful, if you succeed, perhaps once you have access capital, you might be interested in allocating that capital in different projects or becoming an investor. So whichever cycle you might find yourself in, you can find a lot of information in this book that could, I believe, that would benefit greatly. It's in the description below, as well as Top Retailers has it. Hydrogen-specific solutions are being explored to help decarbonize various sectors of the economy, reduce greenhouse gases emissions, and transition to a more sustainable energy systems. However, challenges such as cost, infrastructure development, and scalability of hydrogen products with the clean methods need to be addressed to realize the full potential of hydrogen as an energy carrier. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.